have you ever felt like the word sober just doesn't fit who you are? I know I sure did. That's why today I want to tell you why I don't call myself sober. I call myself a non-drinker. And for me, there is definitely a world of difference. If you're a woman over 60 or anyone reevaluating your relationship with alcohol, this might give you a whole new perspective. I know it did me when it finally clicked. When I first gave up alcohol, I kept asking myself, what does this make me? What am I? Am I sober? Am I recovering? Am I just trying something new? And for a while, I didn't even know what to call myself. But one thing in my mind was crystal clear. I was done with drinking. Alcohol, it was no longer part of my life. And it still is not. And it's not because I hit rock bottom. Not because someone told me I had to. But because I knew deep down that alcohol was stealing my potential. It was stealing who I really was. And so I started to use the word non-drinker. It feels simple. It's neutral. It's, I don't like using this word often, but it is empowering. I'm not sure why I don't like that word. I think it's overused. But let me break this down. Sober is often tied to addiction and recovery. It's tied to AA language. It's tied to labels like alcoholic. And listen, if that language helps you, if it resonates with you, that's beautiful, own it. But for me, those words felt really heavy. Like I had to carry a story I didn't relate to. I wasn't fighting urges. I wasn't counting days. I just decided I'm not a woman who drinks anymore. I'm a non-drinker. That's it. So calling myself a non-drinker feels clean, present, forward-facing. I don't know. You know, as a woman over 60, I've lived a lot of life, and I know this. You don't have to explain your choices to anyone. Anyone. Choosing not to drink does not require a dramatic backstory. Yeah, sure, I could tell you my whole life and how alcohol has been part of it since I was young, but I don't need it. I don't need to share it. You may hear some of my videos talk of it, but that's not who I am, and I'm not going to hang on to this dramatic backstory. I didn't quit because I had a problem. I quit because I wanted a solution. I wanted more energy. I wanted better sleep. I wanted clearer skin. I wanted a better health. I wanted more confidence. I wanted deeper self-respect. I mean, I could go on. And you know what? All of that is more than enough of a reason to be who I am and be a non-drinker. I'm not sober. I'm a non-drinker. I've come to see that identity actually as powerful, and you know, I'm owning that. If you want to own sober, own it. I own non-drinker. When you call yourself a non-drinker, you shift from resisting temptation to simply living as someone who doesn't drink. I mean, just like a vegan doesn't crave meat, a non-drinker doesn't romanticize wine. I don't spend my days thinking, oh, I can't fix dinner. I wish I could have a glass of wine while I'm fixing dinner. I can't go out to eat because I can't have a glass of wine. I don't even think about it. I am a non-drinker. I don't drink. It's funny. I was at a restaurant with my husband the other day, and I was just looking at the drinks menu, and the waitress happened to be there. And I said, oh, aren't these drinks so pretty? And she stood there and she stood there. I says, no, I don't want any. I don't drink. And she goes, oh, and walks off because she was waiting on me to order a drink. But it was so simple for me to just say, I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. I'm not denying something. I'm choosing something better. And that reframe changed everything for me. So if you've ever felt stuck between labels or felt like you didn't belong in the typical sober community, I see you. You're not broken. You don't need to fit into someone else's recovery box. You can choose your own label or none at all. Actually, you don't even have to talk about it. I mean, sometimes I think there's too much discussion about being sober. Why can't we just talk about, well, I don't drink, so here's what I do now. For me, non-drinker is a declaration of freedom. It's the new me. It's the real me. It's who I've always been, masked in the stupor of alcohol. Me, it was wine. So, what do you call yourself? I'd love to hear in the comments. If you're on your own alcohol-free journey or thinking about starting, I invite you to subscribe, see how I live my life now as a non-drinker. And I'm going to be sharing everything here on the Lisa Renee Project and, how this renovation of my life over 60 is going. And, because you're never too old to renovate your life. This is just the beginning.